Happy New Year everyone, this is 2022 and I'm so excited to be here again. Welcome. So today I'll be discussing 8 basic camera shots you will always need all through your filmmaking journey. So the first basic shot is the extreme close-up shot, ECU. Extreme close-up shots are actually emphasis shots. They are very tight shots. Let's take for example that your shot is actually on me right now and we need an extreme close-up shot of something. Let's say my eye, my mouth, my finger, a wristwatch. If I had one, that's an extreme close-up shot. Most likely the frame will be filled up with the image.
What's up, girl?
Very tight, very close, very narrow kind of shot that just moves you down to look very deep and see more details in that image. Most times it's just used to call attention to something, so you just go very tight on that very subject. So it's actually used for emphasis. Shot number 2 is CU, close-up shots. Close-up shots are actually framed with this size down to this point. So you just chops off a little part of the head off and then down to just below the neck. Just at the end, the down part of the neck here, that's where the frame goes. These are actually camera shots that move you very close to the actor. So it helps you share the personal space of that character, and by extension feel the same emotions of the character even more. It's actually far more preferable as an experience than observing from afar, because the long shot will actually seem like an observant point of view, like you're away from the scene, you're just seeing it from a distance, while the close-up shot moves you quite in. So I see the close-up shot as one of the most important shots in film than the longer shots. For a guy like me that has some beard, I think it's just wise not to cut it off, so you allow your frame just occupy my beard properly, and then you can take off just a little part of the head. When it's intentional, we know. When you're actually framing this thing properly, it is obvious. So you wouldn't frame the shot with cutting off a little part of the head and bringing the shot down to the navel or down to the chest level. That's actually getting it all wrong, because that spells out that you actually made a mistake. The actual thing is from here to this point, because it gives that closeness. It makes the audience share in that intimate space of the character more. That's the close-up shot.
First time I saw my son was behind a bulletproof glass. When he reached for me, I couldn't hold him. It's the worst pain I ever felt. I know you know exactly how that feels. Maybe we could change that.
And now why do I think you're about to suggest something really dodgy, Mr. Toretto?
Camera shot number 3 is the medium close-up, the MCU. So the medium close-up actually plays in 2 ways for the film and for the television house. At the television house, that's like TV programs, newscasting and all that kind of studio work. For those studio works, they refer to the medium close-up as the close-up. That's actually the close-up shot for the TV. But for the film, the close-up shot takes from here to this point, and then the next one is the medium close-up. So the medium close-up actually occupies a little space above the head, referred to as the head room. Just like the amount of space you have over my head right now, just allows you, gives you that room to be able to move your head and not chop it out. The subject can freely just turn the head and not get it cut off along the line. So it just gives you that freedom. So the medium close-up actually occupies that little space above the head down to the chest level, just around here. So this is the most common shot. We really rely on this a whole lot, maybe just to give that breathing room. So a lot of DPs out there don't really do the direct, the real close-up thing, so they go for the medium close-up, maybe just for the room. That's fine. It still moves the audience closer into that space, though not as close as the close-up, but it works really fine. It just maintains that appropriate distance. It's not too close, not too away. It just stays within that range and makes you feel the emotions more.
How does one man have 11 girlfriends?
Camera shot number 4 is the medium shot, the MS. Medium shot actually still frames from a little space above the head down to half the level of the subject. For a human being, the waist will be taken to be the half. So from the top little space above the head down to the waist level will be regarded as a medium shot. Now note one thing, that the more these shots start getting wider and wider, the more they begin to accommodate more subject and more properties within that environment. You have to start getting very careful of what falls into your shot and where those things are being placed. Shot number 5 here is MLS, medium long shot. MLS, medium long shot. Okay, the medium long shot actually goes a bit wider than the medium shot, but if it's for a human being, that would go down to the knee level, still maintaining the little space above the head, the headroom, but doesn't accommodate the subject in full.
I beg. So this Jesus rubbish.
So now we're looking at our camera shot number 6, and that's the LS, long shot. Some persons will refer to it as a wide shot. It actually accommodates the subject full, from the space above the head down to the foot completely. The subject will appear full in the shot. Now, you can actually want to add more space to the top or more space below, but for composition purpose, to make your shot look professional and fine, it's wise that if you're adding the space to the feet, then let the space above the head be at its minimal, okay, not too much. Then if you maybe adding, if the space under, if you really need more space but you don't have a lot of space under the feet, you can add more on the top. Let it be on one side and not just on both sides, because that begins to feel like dead space. So you just compensate one side and leave the other side appropriate.
What are you guys talking about? Why are you all acting as if my wife is the architect of all this unpleasant pursuit? Why? Let me ask you a question.
And then our camera shot number 7 is the extreme long shot. The extreme long shot actually seems very wide. It has to be very wide enough to accommodate very tall and high structures, big trees, large cars, tall buildings over the real small subject that could just be a human being standing in front of these buildings. Okay, so it is as wide as that. It takes in so much within that frame, apart from the main subject that could just appear very small within the frame. This is where you need to now plan and be sure of where you are planting what within that frame to balance each other and to look nice in filling of that frame. And then finally is the aerial view shot. The aerial view shot is also sometimes referred to as the bird eye view, sometimes the god eye view, panoramic shot. It has all those different names, but I'm going to stick to it as the aerial view shot. Now, the aerial view is actually when the camera is planted up above an environment, like from the sky, and then it shoots from there over a particular environment. So it's mostly used to establish where the scene is taking place. Most likely you would use it at the beginning of your film, or at the beginning of your scene, or at intervals of the scene, and you're just trying to introduce, oh, we are now in this kind of area. So you go for the aerial view shot. You could use a chopper, you could use a drone, or whatever you can, or a crane or something, and then, or you can just improvise by standing on a tall building and taking a shot over an area, and that saves as your aerial view shot. Thank you so much for watching. Those are actually my 8 basic camera shots you would always need all through your filmmaking journey. But it doesn't end there. You also have to know how you compose a shot, how you arrange elements within that frame to have that cinematic composition and cinematic film look. There's a link up here and also in my description. Click it and watch the video for yourself. If there is any point I have missed out, I know there are lots of shots, but if there's any very basic shot that you think I have missed out, please pull my attention to it by just dropping it down on the comment section. Please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to subscribe. Your subscription helps us a whole lot.